Good morning. My name's Pastor Jeff Gross. I'm here with you at Living Lord Lutheran Church. It's the summertime. Baseball is well underway, and tonight my Minnesota Twins that I grew up watching as a child are playing the Tampa Bay Rays, and I have an opportunity of going to the game. But I've got a bit of a dilemma on my hands. My dilemma is, though I was born and raised in Minnesota and I grew up watching the Twins, 3 out of the 4 people in my household were born and raised in the greater Tampa Bay area, if you include Sarasota, Bradenton as the greater Tampa Bay area. And they've been cheering for the Rays from their inception, which was about roughly the time I moved to Florida. So lifelong Rays fans, my kids are. And it's kind of hard to decide which hat I'm going to wear. Am I going to wear the hat that I wore as a kid cheering for the Twins? Or am I going to wear my Tampa Bay Rays hat and make my family happy, because 3 out of the 4 people in my household are going to be wearing hats that look just like this? Now, you can probably tell by the very fact that I even asked this question, I'm not much of a fan. In fact, I brought this up to a friend of mine who called me from Minnesota last night when the Twins were playing the Rays, and I asked him, what hat should I wear? And his response was, why do you even ask that question? You know you're supposed to wear the Twins hat. You grew up cheering for them. What kind of fan are you? And the answer is fair weather. Fair weather. And but I have to say, there is a difference between a fan and a disciple. A fan will cheer for a team when the team is doing very, very well. But a disciple will cheer for a team even in the years that they're not doing so well. A disciple follows their team through thick and through thin, and a fan is a person who asks certain questions on certain days, like, what hat should I wear? It depends upon the mood that I'm feeling. I'll tell you, Jesus had a lot of fans in the beginning of his ministry, but at the end, there were only a handful of disciples who stuck with him. And we as Christians are called to discipleship, not fanfare. We don't have to ask certain questions like, what hat am I going to wear today? Am I going to put on my Christian hat and live out my principles and live out my faith and do the right thing? Or am I just going to simply put on that old familiar hat that I wore long before I knew who Christ was and what role he played in my life? We are called to be more than fans. We are called to be disciples.